What's good, mommy? It's Brigitte. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so y'all, shit. Instantly, I forgot what I was gonna say. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know exactly what to do. Even when it feels like you don't know what to do, you know. Thing is, you'll get there. You're gonna find it out. I don't even care about the lighting, y'all. It's fine. It's fine. She's glowing. You know what I'm saying? And look at that. look at that's your light. Like literally, we forget. You discount yourself, baby. You discount your fucking power, the magnetism that you hold, the transformation, like the transformation you've gone through and are currently going through. It's 8/8 as I'm filming this. I'm not gonna post this today, but you know, this is massive awakening and expansion that you're going through and transformation because it is you. And the thing is, like, one goddamn second you're like, I feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like judging your fucking self. I'm talking to myself. Clearing separation. Because you're me. And this is exactly how I get my messages. Is because I'm the one going through it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to share that. And so, you know, literally, we're our own worst critic. And this is your sign to trust yourself. Trust your intuition. You know what to do. You know where you're headed. You know where you're going. Even if you don't know the how and you don't know the steps maybe. Or like the path. Kate. Hi. I'm going to tag my spiritual girlies who are the baddest in the club, you know what I'm saying? Becoming Kate, Akashic Awakening, Anna, Lydia, my divine healer. You know what's good, you know what I'm saying? This is so much for spiritual leadership and for your rise. And hey, Katie coming through being like, babe, remember your fucking power, you know what I'm saying? Let's get ready. We're getting ready. Spirit's charging us up, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're getting ready. You're charging yourself up. Your higher self, you know, your soul is like, girl, we got this shit. Like, sometimes we forget this ain't my first rodeo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been here before. I've done this shit before. You know, we always think we gotta know the way, but then we remember I am the way. That's always Christ consciousness coming through for me. And doing something different, because even now, it's like, slow down. I was about to just launch into autopilot, doing my makeup, and doing it the old ass way. And I feel like there's just been this stagnancy and disrupting the narrative. Especially this message of not good enough, not enough. In terms of showing up in the world, in terms of service, in terms of productivity and success, and like how we define these things for ourselves. You know, this is your sign to go easy on yourself. Like, so often we feel like shit because we feel like we're not doing enough, no matter how much we do. Like, it never feels like it's enough. And this is exactly what the fuck I'm cutting out right now. So much in the throat, too. And it's like, let's just restart. Like, I'm going back to the start. Even that, I'm like, I was supposed to sing it. You know what? Shit. So look at that. See? I'm fucking it up. Guess what? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, this perfectionism. And this is exactly why I fucked up the cross. I love that. I love that message. Because it's like, it's all good. There is no perfectionism with God. Because the thing is, God made you unique and special exactly as you are. God is not sitting here watching you being God, source, the universe. I was going to say the internet. Is not sitting here. The internet's watching. The higher power, whatever you believe in, whatever you want to call it. You know, I believe it's all the same. It's like, is not watching you being like criticizing. We forget that shit. And a lot of people, maybe they believe that shit because it's like sin. And I mean, I know growing up, it was like, I thought God was in my head, and I I was being judged by like impure thoughts, or like if I lied, anything in my mind, even, like not even saying it out loud. And there was so much question, like it was like you couldn't question, and so anytime I had a question in my mind, literally stuttering over my words, because I was so afraid and I didn't speak up about it. I didn't ask the questions. I didn't question the church. I didn't ask those questions because I was scared, because I was afraid to even have the questions in my mind, because I thought, and I would apologize to God for that. I would apologize to God saying, in my mind, saying, I'm sorry for these thoughts. And it wasn't even like impure, like whatever. What even is that? Dirty thoughts, having a dirty mind, it's just natural. It's natural in our bodies to, I don't know, about pleasure, but it wasn't even that I was having those thoughts. See, even now, I feel like I'm trying to defend myself, and like I'm stumbling over my own goddamn fucking words. And because we're scared. We're scared to be ourselves. We're scared to express ourselves and to have any sort of thoughts that are, unkind. There's a lot of us that we have unkind thoughts about ourselves. We have unkind thoughts about each other. We're judging. And for me, it always was like, be like Christ. To be Christ-like, you have to be selfless. You have to give everything that you have. And you have to be kind always. You can never have like an attitude or be in a bad mood. Like, you have to always be kind and considerate, compassionate, giving grace and empathy and forgiveness and giving the shirt off of your back. And it doesn't matter how you're treated. That's always what you need to do, because that's what Christ would do. And that made me a doormat. That made me a people pleaser. That made me I'm getting walked all over. I'm not even on the back burner kind of thing. I'm not even on the stove. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't exist on the stove. I wasn't caring for myself. Thing is, now I recognize, because I cleared the separation and I've gone through spiritual awakening and ascension journey, come home to my own consciousness, my own well-being, my own peace, my ease, my joy, my pleasure, my sacredness, my holiness, my righteousness. I don't know. I never remember what righteousness means. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. Whatever. It's okay to not know something. But see, me discounting myself right now, and now I lost my train of thought. We're our own fucking critic. And oh damn it, I lost my train of thought now. It's just this piece about judgment and about where we're headed and where we're meant to go, and we feel like we have to have it all figured out, and we feel like we have, in order to be enough, you have to look a certain way and show up in the world a certain way and serve, like the service aspect. I was going to say service industry, but like, when you think of that, think of how much those, if you've worked with people, which everybody's working with people, it feels like, you know what I'm saying, but like, if you've worked in the service industry, you've worked with people, that shit sucks. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? That's also the narrative, though, because everyone acts like that's lowly. That's a lowly job, you know what I'm saying? This message is all over the place, and that's okay. It's just kind of like, I don't know, being called to do something different, even if you don't know what that is, just follow. Just trust yourself and allow, Like, for me, show me the vision. Wow, the vision. See, I can't even fucking talk. Show me the vision. And it's just a matter of like allowing, and so often, like, it depends on what it is. Like, for me, posting a song, posting me singing, I'm having a real adverse reaction to that shit. Because it feels fucking soft as fuck. And I'm feeling like I need to be hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like I need to have hard edges and have the gooey stuff inside, because it doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel safe to express myself, to show my soft underbelly, to something about a train, getting on the train, but it's like, I'm on the train, I'm riding the wave, it's like surfing, but it's not enough. It's like it's really rocky waves, like a tsunami, and it's all my fault. And that's my impact. That's what it feels like. It feels like, oh, and I hate that. I hate like that, like swallowing it. Swallowing your pride. Swallowing your, it's like swallowing your tongue. That always scares me. Swallowing the words that were never said. Swallowing the screams. This is gonna have me read my shit that I just wrote. Trigger warning. But you know, it's, let me find it. So much of this is the pain. Swallowing the pain. Swallowing what we've gone through. Pretending. Masking. Just shoving it down. Stuffing it down. Locking it down tight. Our traumas, our wounds from the past. Quite literally, like, I've struggled with binge eating, emotional eating, stress eating. Just literally shoving it down. Like, as a way to cope, as a way to feel safer, to have comfort. Literally shoving it down, stuffing it down. And I tried to lock all that in, and it was so in my heart and in my mind and my throat, just in all of me. Just like locking up our hearts, putting all these chains on, putting all the locks, you know, putting the little locks, and like throwing away the key, swallowing the key. Like, and this is why HiiiI's coming forward, because she's helping us do the shadow work. She's helping us go down into the dark. She's helping us to unlock, like literally, I love that there's a key on here. Oops. To unlock our hearts, to unlock these lessons of the past, and to unlock the pain. Like, we've just been holding it. That's the thing. That's what this is. We've been holding down the pain. We've been literally, I can't even read this. I'm not going to read what it says, but literally, like, swallowing the screams, swallowing the pain. You know, we minimize ourselves so often in society. We minimize our pain. Think of being a woman. We minimize our period cramps. We minimize how painful labor is. And I say women, gender, I'm non-binary, she, they, so, and I'm queer. So it all is welcome here, and this is an inclusive, I'll say territory. I don't even know what the fuck. Brain is not braining, and that's okay. All are welcome here, and I say sacred divine feminine energy, but women especially, sacred divine feminine form specifically, and the traumas that we've faced, and the pain that we've gone through but we haven't exhibited. The pain that we've felt, but we didn't showcase it. All of the traumas and the horrors that we've witnessed, and we put on the brave face and we smiled through it. We took that pain and transmuted it. We alchemized it and turned it into art. We wrote the songs. We swallowed it. We diminished it. We diminished ourselves. We cut ourselves down because that was what was needed. We grew up too fast. We didn't have the childhood. We had our girlhood taken away. And we missed out on the childhood. We missed out on the softness, the sensitivity, we had to become durable. Durability. We had to harden the edges. It's like softening a stick of butter, but putting that shit in the freezer and remolding her, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this softening, but hardening the edges. It's like anytime we tried to be soft, ooh, ow, something would happen. And you let somebody in, let me soften, let me trust, ooh, ow. And this isn't just sacred divine feminine energy, that's just in general. You know, we trust with our hearts, we open our hearts, and ow, 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 owie, we get hurt. And clearing separation and coming to recognize, because it's helped me in my healing so much, that it's me. All is one and all is me. And in my world, I am safe. And that's helped me a lot to recognize I created this world for me. And all that are here are me. It's all me. And my trauma was done by me. And the pain, the heartache, the heartbreak, the betrayal, the broken trust, the backstabbing, whatever it is, the pain, it was done by me. Because no one else exists here but me. And so that's why the self-love journey and the healing is all within, because we have to come to forgive ourselves. That shit's hard. It's hard with the narratives and with the blame that we've placed upon ourselves, and the blame, because anything that we say, like a parent or, you know, someone who's blamed you for your trauma or for your pain or anything that you've gone through, 555, it's you. So we blame ourselves. We blame ourselves for our trauma. We blame ourselves for our pain. We minimize our pain. We try to diminish it, and we try to say, oh, it could have been worse. It could always be worse. It could always be worse. Someone has it worse. I could have been younger. It could have been my brother. You know, or like whatever it is. We minimize that shit. We cut ourselves down. We don't allow ourselves to just express. I mean, so much of this journey, I've seen myself in these like future visions of me. And I'm like, oh my God, my fullness. The expressiveness of me. You know, she cries, she expresses her emotions. Like, so much of this, we've had to turn off our emotions. Reminds me of, like, what is it, Vampire Diaries? No, which one is it? What's the one that you can turn off your emotions? Yeah, Vampire Diaries. It's like that. And I think of that even with, like, antidepressants and stuff. Like, that shit's made me not cry because I don't know what it is, but that's just what it's done. And also, it just didn't feel safe to cry. It didn't feel safe to hold my sacred divine feminine energy in my form. To live in sacred divine feminine form. It didn't ever feel safe. I mean, my whole life I haven't felt safe. My whole life I've been running from my own self. I mean, 3 years ago I was diagnosed with PTSD from my trauma. And thing is, I've been fucking terrified of my own goddamn self. I literally would walk on the sidewalk and I would be like, I mean, you think of the hypervigilance, and that's so valid because of what we've gone through. I mean, not all women, or not all men, but all women, you know, like the Me Too movement, and we're constantly the hypervigilance when you actually are clearing that separation, recognizing, because that's what's keeping us separate. We all hold sacred divine feminine and masculine energies within us. It's balance. It's both. We're all. And so, and the sacred, like, divine mother and divine father, like, archetypes and energies, you know? And so when we are at war with men, or the patriarchy, we're at war with half of us. We're at war with ourselves. Because so much I blamed the men. I blamed all the men that hurt me, that abused me, that molested and raped and traumatized. And me. From such a young age. And yeah, it's a lot. But it helps to heal. It helps to heal, to recognize that that was me that hurt myself. And clearing that separation. And clearing the war with me. The war that that's been waged on. It's like, I don't know, I wasn't anticipating to talk about this, but Katie coming through, all the darkness coming through, being like, yo, you know what, let's look at the shadows, let's look at this, because guess what, we don't talk about it because we feel like it's our fault. We don't talk about it because that shit hurts. We don't talk about it because it's painful and it's heavy and it's uncomfortable and it's hard. And because people feel uncomfortable when you start talking about real shit. We like to brush it under the rug. It's because of our own conditioning, our human evolution, we don't talk about death. We don't talk about these things that are very real, and we don't talk about sexuality and sexual expression. Things that are so real and biological and in the body and are part of the human experience. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about our emotions. We're denying so much of ourselves by not allowing us to express it. Like the video that I'm denying my own voice by not allowing me to do the song because I'm scared. I acknowledge that. I hold space for that. And that says you're not enough. You don't do enough. You're not healing the entire world all in one bite. And it's like, actually, let's clear that mentality, that mindset, because everything that I do, I am healing me. And everything that I do within me, it reflects all throughout all of me. And it's enough. It's like, as healers and, spiritual leaders and women, sacred divine feminine energy, we're used to taking it on and, healing ourselves, healing the men, healing everyone's me. So healing, going through and just healing. And we don't talk about the emotional impact of that. The men coming home from war. And I can't, the men going to war, you know what I'm saying? But that's not talked about. And then it's not talked about when you come home from that. It's not talked about healing the man when he comes home from that and how things have shifted at home. It's not, and in the relationship, it's not talked about the trauma and the pain and the sorrow and the grief and loss and just traumas in general, all of the trauma. And, I'm not trying to say that women have it worse that's the thing. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to say, is not pinning us against each other. And also that we're waging war within ourselves because we hold sacred divine feminine and masculine energies. And you're literally cutting down half of you when, I blamed the men. I'm like, you're 40-something. You knew better. I'm a child. What were you doing? And that's true. And also it's like, guess what? That also was me, and I have to come to work through that. I don't even have words for it. I wasn't anticipating to go into all this, but here we are. And this is why we just be brave sometimes, and we just say what we feel called to say. And again, I'm minimizing myself. I feel like the need to not talk about it. The need to just make it small. And, so often it's like, oh, that's too bad. Because we don't know what to say. Even when someone passes away, it's like, what do you say to express the sympathy? The empathy is what it needs. Not just sympathy, but empathy. To be able to actually put yourself in that person's shoes, because that's, again, everything is fucking rooted in separation. Because that person is me. The person that passed away is me. The person in every family member in that family is me, who's grieving the loss of that person. Every person here that's gone through trauma, every person that wasn't heard and was silenced, every child in war zone is me. We disconnect ourselves. We're detaching ourselves from our humanity when we disconnect from each other, when we disconnect, because that's, again, there's nobody else but me. And so literally we're detaching ourselves from humanity, because thing is, in our day and age, our Stone Age bodies, I love Sane, by the way, the witch, she said that, it's like, we're not used to seeing all this. We're not our minds, our bodies don't know how to navigate the horrors of the world. I mean, so much of this we'd see firsthand in our ancestors, our ancestral lines and everything. But it was not ever like this. It wasn't like this. You didn't see this such on a massive scale. You think of war and all the children, the bombings, like children being literally killed and murdered, like school shootings, and literally like human trafficking, children posted on adult shit. There's so much, and I feel called to help lead that movement, to speak up, and to open up our throats again, to speak for God, because God doesn't support genocide. God doesn't support mutilation and abuse and violence and separation of one another. Like, there's only God. And because God created all, and God's spark is within all, and so God does not sit by and just idly watch. God is here, and God is the revolution. It's the holy rebellion. It's clearing the indoctrination, and it's no hate and shade. That's the thing. That's where we get it all fucked up and twisted, is we're blaming and we're hating and we're saying this party or this denomination, or, you know, this group of people, or terrorism, or whatever it is, and we're just racism, we're this party, or people of color, or against people who are white. Like, it's all of this dichotomy is probably, it's just like waging war against two different things. Free Palestine, fucking Palestine, Israel, like all of this that's happening in our world right now, the Congo. Let's fucking free everybody, because guess what? No one else is not you. You are all. And when you actually recognize that, and all is God. God doesn't sit by and just want to support this shit. This is exactly why I'm talking right now. Because God is saying enough is enough. Gaia is God. Gaia is saying, my children, enough of my children have been killed. My children are dying. And the earth is crying. Because that's literally the song. And because this shit's done. I end it. This is why I'm speaking up. Is it comfortable? No. Archangel Michael coming forward with the truth. And that's me. Like, the thing is, that's the fucking truth. It's just like speaking up on trauma. Speaking up and speaking out about what has happened in the world and what is happening right now. Racism. Black Lives Matter. People just being killed in the street. People being killed just because of their skin color. And God is saying, I created that. This is my art. This is my child. The Divine Mother, Divine Father saying, the universe, the cosmic womb, the eyes of the infinite are watching, and they're saying, this is my child. Whether it's literally a baby, a child in a war zone, whether it's killed, mutilated, murdered, bombed, just by existing, for living, because that's where you live. Because you were born here, in this certain space. Because you were born into this body with this skin color. Because you were born to this body with this gender, this sexual orientation. Because of your parts that you have in your body. Like your reproductive hormones, or whatever, reproductive parts, like literally. And it just tries to say, the non-truths try to say, well, because of X, Y, and Z, you deserve that. Because you practice this religion. Because you hold these certain beliefs. Because you wear a hijab. Because you practice witchcraft. Because you live in this place. Because you were born here. Because you hold this certain amount of class of wealth, or this is what you're born into. Because you were born into this body with this certain skin color. Because you were born into this body with this education level. Like, because you were born into this body with this is your identity, your sexual orientation, your gender expression, your reproductive organs. Like, it's like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. The time has come where it's done. It's over. We're not doing this shit anymore. Why? Because the world deserves better. Because God is speaking up and saying, no. Enough of my children have been killed. And God is all. So that starts to say, There's people here that don't know their God. And they're using that power, the power that we all hold, and they're hurting themselves. They don't even realize it. This is why we speak up. This is why we assist humanity to rise in our consciousness, so we can remember. This is why I feel called to speak up and to help all of me out here remember who I am, to remember and awaken to your own power, to the power that you hold within you innately in your voice, speaking up, in your art, your magic, your womb. We all have the womb energy. You know, this is it's so important. It's so important. Co-creation, calling in the spiritual leaders. Let's rise together. This shit, we're making waves and let's do it. Is it comfortable? No. Did I come here to be comfortable? No. Do I always need to be uncomfortable? No. I'm trying and I'm doing enough. It's like this energy of you constantly have to do better. You have to face more fears. And it's like, you know what? It's a balance. I can do this shit and this is enough. You know? And then I can also enjoy. It's both. It's both, because I didn't come here just to torture myself and to, you know, it's both. It's like enjoying for our ancestors who didn't get to enjoy sacred pleasure. Enjoying for all of those me's back there who were traumatized and who didn't get to speak up, who tried and fought like hell. But now I speak up for her. And I don't swallow it anymore. Clearing the witch tongue. Clearing the witch wound, bringing humanity back to the truth. And in that, there's waves. It makes waves for you to follow your truth, to speak your truth, to walk your truth, to do what you feel called to do, to say what you feel called to say, to go where you feel called to go, because it's outside the norm. But the more that we show up, the more that we do that and exhibit it and showcase that to humanity, the more we showcase our magic, the more we showcase that there's nothing wrong with being gay and being a witch and, you know, not living in the gender binary and not holding those certain gender roles and stereotypes, you know, softening the masculine energy softening the masculine energy, allowing that to soften. You think of, oh, men can't cry. And again, also the women of carrying the burdens and doing it with a smile and being expected to do that, being expected to be able to just shove the heartbreak down, to shove the trauma down, to shove the pain down and just like compartmentalize it. And we just got to shove that shit down and act like, we're literally shoving down our pain. You think of period cramps and shit. Think of birth. Think of the husband stitch. Oh, that shit pisses me off. It's like, but again, that's when we come to blame. And that's where I am urging you to reconsider, to, instead of blaming the man, instead of blaming the one in office, it's like, what if we recognize, because we clear the separation, that that's also me. And there's also a lot of me's out there that don't know the truth. They don't know the truth. They're not awake. They're still sleeping. And this is exactly why, because we go through the great forgetting when we come here. And this is exactly why, you know, we're all on our own paths. Not everyone's meant to wake up in this lifetime. And so it's such a gift to be awake. It's such a gift, and this is why we speak up on it. This is why we use the power. This is why, to recognize that you're God, to know God's love, all I want to do is share God's love out here. And even this message, it feels very direct and very confrontational for me, because I grew up people pleaser. I grew up, don't make waves, don't speak up, don't sing. You don't talk about your trauma. It's all your fault. You don't do this shit. Don't talk about your pain. Don't talk about your mental health. Don't talk about self-harming. You must like the pain. Like, it's just like, we got to give grace too, because people just don't know the truth, and it's not their lived experience. We're all living in different realities. So this is why we come together, and we also help enlighten each other and enlighten ourselves. Like, we educate ourselves. Think of going to college. Think of growing up in a place that's like such a small town where, you know, oh, there was like one black person in my whole town. It's like, you gotta branch out. And, you know, because there's not, I was gonna say innocence, but like, ignorance is what I meant, you know? And we just don't know. We don't know what we don't know, you know? You grow up in, let's say, the South, or like someplace where it's just not accepting of like being queer or things like that. A lot of these things, it tends to come from ignorance, because it's just old ways of being, and it's material limitations. So this is why I feel called to speak up, to clear it, to clear the shame of the past and our pain, to clear the shame of our pain and the guilt and the blame of that, because we've been holding this shit in for so fucking long. We've been holding back our tongues, literally biting our tongues. We've been holding back our throats. We've been living in silence, silencing our fucking screams, turning the other way to not see the war that's happening, to not see the literal children and people being murdered on the streets, killed just for where you live and being who you are, by existing here on this planet. So that's why I speak up, and I use the privilege that I have in my white body, in where I live in the United States, in my own education level, my class, my race, and I use my own life experience, my lessons of being queer, being a woman, and being a white woman, and I utilize that privilege. And being educated. I have a bachelor's degree. Like, let's show the fuck up. Going through spiritual awakening, 3 years of conscious spiritual awakening, I know who I am. So I show the fuck up for all of me. I rise for all of me, and I assist us to rise through me, because I am all, and all is me, and all is one, and you matter. Your voice matters. You can do so much more than you realize, and it's not that you gotta be perfect. It's not that you have to show up a certain way. I didn't anticipate to say all this in this video. I didn't know what I was even going to say. I just felt called to film. And so showing up and following, going where you feel called, and remembering that you have free will. You have choice. And there's not only one way to do something. There's not only one way of being and receiving and speaking up. I mean, you can do that in so many ways. And however you do it, it's impactful. Just you being you is impactful. You breathing and existing here in your light and your darkness and all that you are, it's enough. And so I'm so honored that I get to be here, to be the one to help clear this not enough shit, the wounds, to speak up about the traumas, to talk about the uncomfortability of shit and pain and the past, and us living in the past and us trying to live in the future. And, you know, we're trying to be something else, to try and live a different life, to minimize what we've gone through, to not express ourselves because it doesn't feel safe. And so the fact of the matter is, we just shift that. We heal it, and I'm grateful. Okay, sorry. Even that, like, my body was just flooded with fear. And this cortisol that we live in our day and age, like, we have so many modern conveniences. We're speaking up more now, more than ever. We can literally, like, I was literally just saying this yesterday. I get to be out. I get to be queer. Publicly. I get to look the way I look. I get to be gender non-conforming. I get to be myself. I get to be a witch. I can practice witchcraft. I can post about that. I can showcase my magic. I could write books on it, and it's commended. I get to be gay. People get to know that shit about me. I get to openly kiss my partner. I get to be in love, and have it be seen. And I get to feel sacred pleasure in my body, in my sacred divine feminine form. I get to witness an orgasm. I get to witness that, and I get to talk about it. I get to actually, like, it's for my pleasure. I mean, I think of all of my ancestors, everyone that came before me. Who's me? And it's like I owe it to them. to be me, to show up, to be brave, because they didn't have that luxury, you know? They're killed for being a witch, killed for being a woman. You gotta hide your hair. You can't be gay. You can't practice witchcraft. You can't speak up. You know, you can't make waves. And so it's like, I feel that I owe it to all of me who came before me, all the love that created me, all of my ancestors who fought like hell to survive every winter, every storm, every war, and the traumas that weren't talked about, and the pain that was shoved down, and the screams that were silenced. It's my duty. I feel it's my duty to show up, to receive myself, to be myself, to speak up for myself, because everyone out here is me. So to speak up for the children living in war zones, to speak up for those who are hungry, to speak up for those who don't have clean drinking water, to speak up for the ocean, for the planet, for climate change, for Mother Gaia, for all of those who are younger than me, who are queer, who are different, who are gender non-conforming, who the younger generation who deserves to shine, you know, to remember who we are. And we're remembering earlier and earlier. We're becoming even more ourselves at a younger age, and I love that so much. We're speaking up about these things from a younger age. We're teaching ourselves from a younger age. We're allowing more for ourselves from a younger age, and I'm so grateful for that. And I love that. We're talking about periods. We're talking about the pain. We're talking about cramps. We're talking about labor. We're talking about trauma. We're talking about Me Too. We're talking about racism. And we're showcasing mental health. And I love that for us. And I just want to say good job and keep going. And I'm proud of you for your sacred journey. I can't even, but this is so much of the throat chakra. Your sacred journey, and just like for being who you are. It takes courage. You're very brave. Just for being who you are. And thank you for existing. I love you so much. And I'm truly so, so, so proud of you. And thank you for being here. Thank you for showcasing your light, your dark, your magic, your essence, your spark, your God spark here. Like, you're so needed, and your voice matters, and what you do, what you say, how you treat others, like how you show up in the world, how you move, how you walk, how you talk, how you dance, the art that you create, the art that you are, your magic, the witchcraft, your very essence. Like, you're so beautiful and so needed here. And so I urge you to show up. I call you to show up, to stand up, even when your legs are fucking shaking, because I've done that shit. And I say this shit, and I'm scared to do this. I'm scared to do the song, and I don't even know if I'm gonna do it. But you know what? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. And guess what? I'm fucking proud of myself as hell for doing this video, for speaking up on what I've spoke up on. And that's enough. I cleared the not enough woundings. That, like, gene, it's like in our ancestral DNA that's just like, you could never be enough. You could never say enough. You couldn't do enough. You couldn't, you're not, like, all the healers where it's like, you're not healing enough. It's like we try to take on the whole world, and like Sana has said, I'm going to tag her on this video because that's the second time I've talked about her, that, you know, you got to put on your own oxygen mask first. And healing the witch wound. And, you know, I love what Sana does, because she shows up in this world. She's inspired me so much, you know, to help the rise of the healers. And that really feels like the movement of where we're headed and what we're going through right now, this expansion and the rise in human consciousness. And again, Leah, who's helped so much of the rise of human consciousness, she's healed me so much and inspired me to be the healer that I am, and to rise in my own spiritual leadership. And I'm so grateful for my friends here that have helped me with that, becoming Kate, Akashic Awakening, you know, and Lydia and Sane the Witch, because it's like literally we rise and we rise together as one. And also Chantra Siva. And to remember that everyone here is your reflection. Everyone here is you. And we're rising together. We're rising higher. We can lean on each other. We don't need to be separate. There is no separation. Separation is an illusion. And we don't need to be afraid of each other. Because when you start to see that this is me, this person, you're me. This is my reflection. So I'm honored to be your mirror, to showcase back to you your shining light, the power that you hold within you just innately, the power in your voice, and to call you to speak up, to stand up, even when your legs are shaking, even when your voice is shaking. This is my call to do the fucking song. And also, I'm tired, you know what I'm saying? But we out here and we're doing it, and I'm proud of you, and it's enough. What you do is enough. Remember, all the healing that you do inside, it ricochets and ripples through all. So I'm proud of you. I love you. Thank you for being brave. Thank you, 707, for being here, for being you. Happy Lionsgate portal today. The energy is definitely infused in this video. Feels very fire horsey too. Very like fiery and fast and igniting. So I love you. I'm proud of you. Be brave. Be bold. Be you. You're worthy. You are enough. And I feel free to subscribe for more. And I love you so much. Let me know how this resonated, and I will see you next time. I love you.